Oh my goodness. Everyone's in for a super fun treat today on the Tech Vibe Radio One Mic stand. 'Cause I have Gene Leyzarovich from JetStor hanging out with me. And this guy, I don't know, he symbolizes to me everything that is right and cool with Pittsburgh's tech sector. He's got this story we're going to jump into, and seeing how he continues to evolve over more than 25 years of providing storage solutions, I think is just fantastic. And of course, I'm Jonathan Kersing with the Pittsburgh Technology Council and Tech Vibe Radio. I get the honor and the privilege of talking to women and men like Gene pretty much every day now on the One Mic stand, because there's so many awesome stories to be told. Without any further ado, Gene, thanks for hanging out with us. Always a pleasure to talk with you. You're no stranger to Tech Vibe Radio and other media at the Tech Council. And when the One Mic stand thing came up, I'm like, man, this is perfect for Gene to tell a little bit more of his story. So thanks for being here with us.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much for having me, Jonathan. It's a great to be with you as always. I think I've done already 2 or 3 interviews with you, and it's always fun hanging out with you.
Absolutely.
Now, and this time, this is a very, very interesting time.
That's how we're telling these stories now, because these times need it, right?
Right. I never imagined, having this kind of conversation with you, but we have to, we have to keep going. We have to keep pushing forward, right? 25 years. We've been through 2008 and, all these other recessions and internet bubbles. And, here's COVID-19, we're going to get through it. We're going to get together. And you guys have been doing a really, really good job, keeping everybody together.
Oh,
really,
I appreciate that.
Good job. Amazing. Every morning you have those webinars with all your leaders and everything. It's great. Great. You guys are doing this thing. So
those are kind words. Those are very encouraging. That makes me feel good. I appreciate that. But let's talk about you and what you're doing, because you're the one who's really kicking butt over here as far as that goes. And you got an awesome story. Like, if anyone knows about pushing forward, if anyone knows anything about adversity, if anyone knows anything about how to get clever and build business, it is Gene Leyzarovich. Gene, give us the quick pitch on JetStor. And I think we always got to start with your story, because you came to this country with like 20 bucks in your pocket, and you built something pretty rad that's got some cool solutions that you're now customizing to meet needs of what's happening now during this whole COVID pandemic. So you got the floor, man. Tell us about Gene Leyzarovich, for crying out loud.
Absolutely. I came here in 1991. We just came with family. We were refugees from Russia, and basically, was just like $100 in our pocket. And then I decided to get into a business and started a technology company called JetStor. And we got into storage and start building storage solutions. And, everything from, we started with like 9 gigabyte drives.
I was going to say, back in 1991, they were like this big too, right?
Like the old drives, like now it's 4 gigabyte drives on USB, right? So, and then, moving on for 25 years, we've done business with Department of State and, major universities and, all kinds of companies. And, we have over 4,000 customers.
That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of customers.
And you've built that all out of Pittsburgh. You're over in the East End, and you actually assemble like all the drives and stuff you guys put together. You assemble a lot of that stuff here, right?
Yes, absolutely. We have an assembly here on Baum Boulevard right in Pittsburgh, and we pretty much build everything from scratch. So we put the hard drives, and we have the devices here. So everything is done right here in house. So and I actually I'm going to show you one of the devices here that I brought over. So here's this device. It's a JetStor 8-bay unit. It's work from home. So you have 8 bays right here. Each drive can go up to 18 terabytes. So it actually can be 200 terabytes. So you can basically, it's like your private cloud. So
I can store a lot of movies on there if I wanted to.
Yeah, movies, all your files, everything. Yeah, there's a lot of storage. And a lot of people are using it. Actually, it's being picked up tomorrow by a customer in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
He's going to back up all his customer data and his personal data. So you don't even have to leave your home. It's just like work from home device. So
wow. So people are actually creating their at-home clouds now, because we've moved so much of our business to home. You can bring that cloud with you, which is just freaking amazing.
Yes, it's like your personal cloud. So you basically can access it from anywhere. You can access it from your phone, from any computer, from any tablet, from anything. And it's a lot of, it's a lot of space you have, big capacity. So
what's amazing is, and for people who can't see the video but listening to the podcast, this is not very big. I mean, this is like the size of, I would say, a very small boombox from the 1980s.
Right. Yeah, and actually, this is like the biggest device for the desktop we have, but we also have a 2-bay. We just only have 2 drives, and then we have a device that does like 4-bay and 6-bay. So we have all different types of devices there. So
right. And like you said, everything you do is a custom configuration. So if someone reaches out to you, they tell you what their needs are, how much they need to store, and what they're doing with it. You can then you can build up whatever they need right to their specs.
Right, and this device, this unit is actually for larger customers, for
Okay.
MSP, and they're using it with all flash. So that's that's a new technology. It's like solid state disks, and
Yeah.
this one has 26 disks, and we shipped many of these during pandemic to
Okay.
customers that are using virtual desktops. So
Right.
instead of running it from the office from your like a physical desktop, a lot
Okay.
of customers are now using virtual desktops. So these are really good for virtual desktops. So we had to pivot. It's a new times. Everybody's looking for new solutions. So we had to come up with something to kind of meet the needs of all these new demands that are creating all this pandemic. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who else to do it but you? Because I mean, it's like, yeah, of course you're going to come up with something like that.
Yeah.
How could you not? I think you couldn't help but come up with something like that.
Right. Right. And we offering also extending longer payment terms to customers.
Okay.
So we offering 1 year interest-free payment terms, so they can just pay it in like 12 payments instead of paying it
Right.
all.
Help with cash flow and everything like that, because we're all concerned about
helping
cash
with the
flow.
cash flow.
Yeah. Oh, this
So
is like amazing.
you have to figure out how to deal with this new normal or new abnormal, as we call it.
The new abnormal, exactly. Like I said, you've been through many of these ups and downs in the economy over the past 26 years building JetStor. So I mean, you know how to adapt, improvise, and apparently overcome as well.
Yes,
Too.
I hope so. Yeah, we're doing well. Again, we used we got PPP, so we have we kept everybody employed. All the employees are here, so we're still in business. We're still here, and hopefully we're gonna keep going for another 25 years. So,
Of course you are. How can you
we're
not?
right there with you. Yeah, you guys
exactly right.
us.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. So I'm just curious, maybe we can switch gears just a little bit and kind of move back to like, what inspired you to say, I want to be my own boss? You wanted to create something that was your own. And then over 25 years, you built this really incredible company.
Right.
What was the inspiration
Well,
behind that?
yeah. So basically, we had a customer when I came here. I started working actually at UPMC, but then I decided that I should start my own business. I had a friend who was in Russia at the time, and then he said, hey, maybe you guys can start helping us. And then when we opened up the company, then we created our own brand, and then I decided to be my own boss. And that's never looked back 25 years later. And I can't see myself going back to.
No, I think that's never going to happen, Gene.
Right.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So you as like a business leader, and you got people, that they're relying on you to put bread on the table, and through these crazy times and other crazy times, like as a leader, how have you been able to deal with the pressure and the stress and keep everybody, in line and keep people motivated and letting people know everything's going to be fine and we're going to figure our way out of this thing?
Well, it's a kind of personal experience. What I went through when I came here basically was nothing. So,
Right.
that things are going to be tough. So you kind of have to, rely on yourself and rely on your team. So, and I said, we've been through tough times. So, we're going to have to keep it together and keep it going. It's not easy to get through this. And a lot of people, may not be here, be in business, but, just have to kind of, get it together and get it and keep it going.
Definitely.
It's not easy. It's like I said when I was doing an interview with NPR, I said that being an entrepreneur, it's like jumping in the water and just learn how to swim. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to be tomorrow. So
Sure.
and a lot of people were definitely very uncertain times, very challenging times right now. So, but hopefully we'll get through it.
So what I think is really cool is like, despite like the craziness, you found a way to create some actual new products, taking some things you were doing and tweaking it to react to the current times. I feel like you're going to keep doing this. You're going to keep being able to react
Right.
and bring things around. Like, do you see this now becoming like a new business line that you have? Because I mean, I think we're going to see more people working from home and more people being remote. So we're going to need more virtual desktops. You're going to need those storage devices to run them. And more people are going to want maybe a private cloud at their home, since their home office is now going to be their main way of getting business done.
Right. Exactly. So, when this thing happened, we start looking at what can we do to help people to be productive at home, to, for all our customers to do in virtual desktops. So, we had to offer these solutions, and yes, they became our product line. So we are selling a lot more and more of these things. So yeah, definitely, you have to find ways to be creative and to pivot. And I see a lot of companies are doing it. I think tomorrow you guys have an Eaton Corporation. They're going to be talking about new IT things, and and I heard other people on your podcasts and all your interviews that are how they pivoting in this new environment. So you always have to be creative. You always have to find a way to survive.
Definitely. And that's why I've been having so much fun doing these one mic stand interviews, because I'm talking to the women and men like you that are doing this stuff. And that makes it fires me up. And the Tech Council has been the same way. I mean, we created the one mic stand in response to the people wanting to tell more stories. And so, yeah, we want to work in your shadow a little bit and use you guys as inspiration so we can be as clever and as smart as you guys are when it comes to keeping your businesses up.
It also that's what happens. Like these interviews also inspire us to be more productive, to be more creative, be hopeful, because we see other leaders who are talking about it, and we get inspiration from them as well. So you guys keeping it as a community, as as a group, it really helps to keep us sane.
I like it. Hey, we're keeping you sane. That's gonna become our new motto here on the One Mic Stand: keeping you sane.
Keeping you sane. Yeah, it's not easy, because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Because like every day there's different news. You gotta wear a mask. You gotta this. You gotta do that. Like, what else is coming? So we'll see.
Exactly. So what's kept you in Pittsburgh all these years? I feel like, with someone who's as smart as you, that's built a company you have, you could go and do this wherever the heck you want. Why Pittsburgh? Why keep it here? And I'm glad you have.
Yes. Right. So I left Pittsburgh. I came here when I was 18, and I've been pretty much around the world, around the country, and everybody's asking me, why are you not in the Valley? Why are you not in California? Why Pittsburgh? And Pittsburgh has evolved. I've talked to Audrey and you in my past interviews. Pittsburgh really becoming a high-tech hub. You could see all these companies, Google, Facebook, Zoom, all coming to Pittsburgh, and we want to be right in the middle of it. I have a family. I have 2 kids, and it's a great town for families. My daughter went to a great school, and my other daughter's going to school here, and they're loving it. It's a good family town, and there's a lot of things that are changing. Like Argo and Uber and all those guys too coming in. And of course, Carnegie Mellon and Pitt and all the educational institutions. So it's a great town. It's a really good town, and we love it here.
Absolutely, man. No, we're so glad that you're here doing that, because that's what's making Pittsburgh really cool. And I want to say, Pittsburgh needs 100 more Gene Leyzaroviches. and we want to be able to attract people from around the world. The fact that we want more people from Russia coming here to start companies, and from everywhere, because we want Pittsburgh to be a place that welcomes them and gives them that environment to do what you've done. And build a company, innovate stuff, employ people, pay your taxes, all the fun stuff, right? All the stuff that we love.
Definitely. Yeah, I see a lot of people are coming from all over, like Duolingo. Those guys are foreigners. There's it's becoming more diverse. I think it's becoming more diverse. I think there's a lot of people that are coming to Pittsburgh, and I meet a lot of people here. And now I live in Shadyside. I met a lot of Googlers, and they all came different countries, actually.
That's good. Because I still say we need to multiply that by 100 as well too.
We do. Absolutely.
But I think you're just an example to show, it can be done, and Gene done it.
It can be done.
As far as that goes, absolutely.
It can be done.
Before we wrap this thing up, Gene, tell me what's the future of JetStor? Where obviously new stuff's going to keep coming out. You have customers all over the world, which I think is just amazing. Right. So what's next for JetStor?
So we are, we have a webinar coming out June 11th. We're doing it with Western Digital, it's a big corporation, and we're talking about really high capacity, high density storage. We're working on dual hybrid storage, which would be file storage and iSCSI storage, which will have dual controllers.
Okay.
And it's more for enterprise customers. And we're also working on NVMe. That's a new technology. You probably heard about it. It's basically even faster than solid state disks.
Wow.
So it's called NVMe. And we are working on some edge computing. You probably heard about that. And big data projects and artificial intelligence and robotics. So we work with all those companies that are doing, all kinds of, self-driving vehicles and, all kinds of artificial intelligence projects. So we're working on that as well. So the data is not going anywhere. Data is like oil.
It needs to live somewhere. It must be stored, right?
Yeah, and the data is like oil. That's basically that's where how you make money is data. If you have data, that's who's gonna be, do well. So that's what it's gonna be. So nothing is going away. People are still gonna store data, and we get more and more data from the sensors, from all the satellites, from everywhere. So we're gonna keep pumping it out. So
that's what it's all about, Gene. That's why I'm so glad I got to talk to you today. You always fire me up. You put me in a good mood.
I do.
Because I know there's folks like you.
Keep it writing. Actually, you got me so inspired. I got myself. I got a bike rack, and I'm gonna be shopping for a bike for my family because they've been pushing me to go on a bike because we see all these people biking. And then I saw you guys are doing the biking thing because everybody's biking. Like, all the gyms are closed and we see everybody's biking. It's crazy. You can't get a bike. I mean, you can't get a bike at the store. I went to the store. It's like, I have no stock. Everything's sold out.
Are you serious? Oh my.
Yeah, you can't get a bike. It's crazy. They said everything under 1,000, impossible to get.
Wow. Well, we should talk. I might be able to help you out. So.
I know. That's next. I'm going to email you. Get ready.
Email me. I might have a couple ideas for you. That's for sure.
Perfect.
Very cool, Gene. Always
Thank
a pleasure.
you very much. You always done a great job. Thank you very much to you, Audrey, and the team. You guys have been doing a really good job. Thank you.
Appreciate it. You keep being Gene. You keep JetStor doing its thing. Thanks, everybody.
Always. Thank you. Take care.